Right, now that we have this data coming from our backend, let's actually take a step back and first understand the overall React architecture and how our application is actually being set up. So right here, you saw that we have these 4 buttons, which to be honest, we don't need them anymore. I only did this so that you see how we can use Andy components. But now that everything is up and running and working, we can remove all of that. So in here, let's go ahead and explore this application right here and how things are put together. So right here, what I'm going to do first is, so here, I'm going to remove. So basically, I'm going to remove this and also all of this. And what I want to do here is the following. I'm just going to say hello and then React. So semicolon there and then save. And now this should be, really straightforward. And also let's remove these imports, and you can see that it's as simple as this, right? So if I go back to my web browser, and here you should see that we have hello. Whoops. So here, hello, and then React. So let me actually explain how this is put together, and then we can start building the application. So in here, if I collapse source, we have basically front end, and this is where our JavaScript files live. So everything related to our front end. And inside we have src. And if you open up the index.js, so this is the key thing here. So here, what we're doing is we are importing React and React DOM. And then we're also importing the CSS. So index.css, and this is where we've put the and the CSS as well, right? So we imported the and the CSS from it. Then in here we have import app. So this is the mounting point for our application, right? So import app from app. And then we have these report web vitals, which to be honest, we don't need them. And what we're going to do is, so basically this is like if you want to measure performance, right? So we actually don't need it, but we're going to leave it there. Now the React DOM renders the application. So this is the main entry point. And then where we render this is into an HTML that has an ID of root in here. So this root is found. So this element with an ID of root is found inside of the public folder and then index.html. And if I scroll down, we should see that we have root in here. So this is where React is injecting every single code related to our React application, right? So our components. We have a root component, and this is actually being put inside of this div right here. And then the rest, this is some really basic HTML right here with the title called React app. You can change this according to your name, but basically this is it. So if I, and also we have some logos in here, which we can get rid of it, but I'm just going to leave it as is. So here we also have, so you've seen app.js. So this is the main entry point. We also have the client. So this is where we're going to put all the functions for performing HTTP requests against our backend. So here, so front end makes calls to our backend. And if I go back, so we also have the index.css, and you've seen this, we've imported the and the CSS, and then this is some general CSS styling to our body, right? And then we have also styling the actual code tag. And to be honest, this is it. And also we have some tests. So here, setup tests. So import just DOM, and basically we have the app.test.js, and this has a simple test that renders a React link right here. And obviously this will fail. So what we're going to do is actually, let's just get rid of all of this, because later down, when we start using Maven, we want this test to pass. And there we go. So then we also have the package.json. So this is where we have the proxy that we've set up before. And then here we have scripts. So when we say npm start, this actually invokes this command, react script start. We also have all of these dependencies. So when we say npm and then I -- save and then the library, so lib for library, this actually gets saved inside of this dependencies right here. So this is what you've seen throughout this course. And to be honest, this is it. So I just feel like before we actually start building the UI for real, I think it's good for us to have an overview of what is happening inside of our front end folder right here. So if you have any questions, go ahead and drop me a message. Otherwise, let's move on.